Let us write a program to count the number of white spaces in a sentence. Possible number of blank spaces. So the program is simple, count the number of blank spaces. I'm going to show you this getAce, use of getAce, putAce and all these things. Also when scanf should be used and when getAce should be used, something like this. So a number of blank spaces, for that I declared a string. Maybe I will declare it as a sentence. So 100 characters I just keep a provision for, or you can do character star s and malloc 100 characters, whatever way you feel comfortable. Anyway, so my job is now telling the user enter a sentence. See, I can also use printf, %s or printf within quotes enter a sentence. It's all the same, is not it so? Yeah, here you can also write printf enter a sentence as always. But in difference between printf and putAce, one difference is that in putAce there is a by default /n. Here if you have to give us, if you want a /n, you must give a /n yourself. It's not so. Over here also you can put a colon. So it goes to the next line automatically. Now what next? I will have to get that sentence and then count the number of blank spaces. getAce s. Now what will I do? I will count. So for I equal to 0, ai not equal to 0, not ai, si, sorry, the string is s, not a, si not equal to 0, I plus plus, I will just count if si is equal to a blank space. Then what? Then the count plus plus, and this count should be initialized to 0. So an integer count is required which is initialized to 0, and count increases every time you get a blank space. So this is going to print the number of blank spaces. Now over here you need to print that also. printf the number of blank spaces in the sentence or string, whatever you write, is %d. What is this %d to be replaced by? Replaced by count. Very simple. So understand getAce, putAce, all this part you are quite acquainted with now. So this is how you print the number of blank spaces in a sentence. You need to declare this int I and count, definitely int I comma count. These two variables you have used. So this should work fine. Let me try to run it. Alt R enter a sentence. So my sentence is how are you? So how many blank spaces are there? 2. Only 2 blank spaces between how and R and between R and you. So if I now write it like this, how are you? Sorry, you. And maybe another question, before the question mark another blank. See, number of blank spaces is 7. See, between how and R, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Around 4 blank spaces between how and R. 2 blank spaces between R and you. So 4 and 2 makes it 6, and 1 blank space between you and question mark. So 7. Number of blank spaces in the sentence is 7. So this is how you count. Now suppose you are given to count the number of blank spaces, number of alphabets, number of digits and number of other characters. What to do? You need to have different variables. Maybe count digit is one variable. You need to have another variable, count alphabets, count alpha. You need to have maybe another variable. One is count digit, one is count alpha, alphabet, digit, blank spaces, count blank, and another count other characters. Possible, because there can be digits, there can be alphabets, there can be blank spaces, and there can be other variables also. So if over here, if si is blank, then what should increase? Count blank should increase. Else if si may be a digit also, In that case, SI should be less than 90, sorry, greater than equal to 97 and less than equal to, or SI may be less than equal to 122. That is between 97 and 122 possibility. Or there may be another possibility. What is that or possibility? The or possibility is that SI can be between 65 and 90. SI can be also between 65 and 90. Are you getting it? So you need another bracket maybe for the whole else part. So see what I have done. This part, you check this bracket. This is the bracket which starts, this closes over here. This is the bracket, this is the whole thing which is checking whether it is between 97 and 122. You get it? That is between small a to small z. And this checks whether it is between capital A to capital Z. You get it? Sorry, not this. Sorry. From here you should start. That is from here to here you are checking whether it is between capital A to capital Z. So this whole thing, if it is there, then the alpha should increase, count alpha plus plus. You get it? Else it may be a blank space, it may be alphabet, it may be between 0 to 9. That is a digit. That is if SI is greater than equal to 48 and maybe less than equal to 57. Sorry, not count SI. SI less than equal to 57, that is between 48 and 57. Then what? This is else if. Very sorry, else if. Similarly, this is else if. I forgot to write the if. Else if it is between 48 and 57, then what? Then your digit, count digit should increase. Count digit plus plus. Else it is neither a digit nor an alphabet, not a blank space, then other characters. Else count others should increase. I think you get it. So here, over here you have got this. Now let me write this whole thing. The number of, now the following numbers. I can write like this, printf or following numbers. The following numbers. I can avoid the /n and instead of printf, I'm just because over here I am using this putS and getS instead of printf or putS. The following numbers. Now what are the following numbers? Check out what? Printf. Firstly, I have been asked to check whether it's a digit. So number of digits. Just write number of digits. Percent D to be replaced by count digit. To be replaced by count digit. Similarly, after this, number of digits you have counted. Now number of alphabets. Number of alphabets. Sorry, printf. Number of alphabets or letters, you may say, or alphabets, whatever. Percent D and /n definitely, and this is to be replaced by what? Count alpha. Similarly, you want to print the number of blank spaces. Printf number of blank spaces. What is that? Percent D over here. In this case also I will write percent D /n, but this percent D has to be replaced by count blank. Count blank. Is not so? And finally, number of other characters. Number of other characters. What is that? What again %d, but this time %d to be replaced by, here slash n is not needed, the last one I may avoid that anyway, that is count others. So I've counted everything and printed those also. Only thing left is to define or declare these things. Firstly, you need to declare count digit, you need to declare count alpha, you need to declare count blank, you need to declare count others. So all these things need to be declared. Is not so? Once this is declared, now I can run it. Alt R enter. So deliberately let me try to give something which is continuously having something, maybe I am 2 blank spaces, maybe 50 years old, full stop. Again space, 1 space, how, 3 spaces, old are you, question mark. So see over here, number of alphabets, you check I, AM, that is 2, 1 and 2, 3, and years 5, 3 and 5 makes it 8, 8 and 3 makes it 11, old, then how, 11 and 3 makes it 14, again old, 17, R again 3, 20, again U with a U, that is 23. Question mark and full stop are the other characters, 2 other characters, and blank spaces in between. Let me see, and 2 digits only. So see, number of digits 2, 50, 502. Number of alphabets we counted 23, I and M 3, years make it 8, old makes it 11, how makes it 14, old makes it 17, R makes it 20, and U makes it 23. Number of blank spaces, see, between I and M 1, between M and 52, 1 and 2, 3, between 50 and years 1 more, 4, between years and old 1 more, 5, between full stop and how, 6, between how and old 3 more, 9, and between old and R 1 more, 10, and between R and U 1 more, 11. So 11 blank spaces. And number of other characters, full stop and question mark, so 2. So I think you understand all these things. So this is how getters, putters, everything works. Just suppose you are given to count the number of words in the sentence, then what will you need to do? See, then you will need to count the number of blank spaces between 2 words. But see, this is what I want to point out. Counting the number of words will be much easy if you don't use getters and use scanf. Please understand, if you scanf %s, if you scanf by %s, then the scanning will be done word by word. If it is done word by word, then counting the number of words will be much easy. Is not so? Just going through the for loop, counting the number of words will be much easy. But then again, if you use scanf %s, you will have to tell the user use an end to enter. Is not so? Because scanf scans by word, so how will you understand whether the sentence has entered or not, has been ended or not? So again, an end needs. So also you can count the number of, you think in which way we can do it. If you do it by scanf %s, you have to tell the user type end to stop it, and then the count is readily available in your hand because you have scanned that many times, so you know how many words. Otherwise you can do by this also. So I leave it to you for doing the same. We will come back after a little bit of break. I will expect that in this break you will definitely do this program both by scanf and by getters. By getters also, if you use getters, then we had done it two classes back, we had already done it. When we were using this character by character scanning, we had already done it. And if you do it by scanf, then we have done it in this class itself. So you can revise those or you can write those yourself both by using scanf and getters and see how it can be done. We will come back with further more programs. Thank you so much. We will come back after a break.